please. My sister and I find ourselves stranded in this city of pirates with no hope of rescue or respite. It's like we're being punished for something we didn't know we did. An unpleasant ship captain dropped us off without so much as a by your leave. He was supposed to take us to Hammerfell to explore a dwarven ruin. We're scholars of some renown, you know. Although my sister prefers the term dungeon delvers. I'm not sure. The language of the sea confuses me. We just need to charter a ship to Sentinel, but that disagreeable captain took the last of our gold. We want to work, but no one will hire us. Perhaps you could serve as our agent in this matter. Ah, finally a turn of good fortune. I imagine you'll have no problem convincing these ignorant clods to hire us forthwith. Honestly, I'm overqualified for most of the work available here, but I'll do whatever is necessary to get us to Sentinel. Hammerfell, Anvil, why does everything in this part of the world sound like it belongs in a smithy? Look, it was an honest mistake on my part. The captain claimed to be a proper sailor and I took him at his word. I'm an artificer. If you ask me to recalibrate a dwarven power core, I'll ask you to what voltage. But determining where the captain made an error in his navigational calculations? You might as well ask me to charm the wings off a harpy. My letter of introduction opens doors throughout Morrowind, but in this isolated hamlet, I inquired with a blacksmith, but he wanted brawn, not brains. There was also the angler, but we were unable to agree on terms. You'd think so, wouldn't you? The Anvil repository has a reputation for serving its clients poorly. I offered my skills as a bookkeeper, but the proprietor rejected me. If she reconsiders, I'd make a valuable addition to her team. We're dungeon delvers, not paupers. Kirith and I won't accept charity, no matter how you present it to us. We'll earn our own way. Just find someone who's willing to hire us, and let us do some honest work.
I usually see the tomb as half full, but even I was about to give up hope. Getting doors slammed in your face certainly took the air out of my sails. With your help, we can raise the gold we need to leave this wretched city and get to Sentinel. We had a line on a new dwarven ruin. Well, not new, newly discovered. Anyway, it's near Tava's Blessing and it's entirely fresh and unexplored. If me and Raynor can get there before the grave robbers, imagine the amazing things that we'll find. What? No! We're dungeon delvers, not tomb raiders. My brother has a deep and abiding respect for the dwarves. He's obsessed with learning everything he can about their ancient technology. Me? I just love to explore old places. It's my calling. I tried to handle a shift at the local tavern, but the customers couldn't keep their sweaty paws to themselves. You can't blame me for breaking a few fingers. They were touching my body after all. That's when the innkeeper's wife fired me. I thought about helping the rowdy Gua, but the ship's captain is a cheat. What I really want to do is sing. I've serenaded in taverns from Deshan to Eastmarch. I even received a standing ovation in Orsinium. Unfortunately, Anvil has no taste.
Finest orc merchandise.
sorry. Between my brother's problems with the forge and that load of ingots that the puny dark elf dropped on the docks, I am way too busy to talk right now. Yes, that was the dark elf's name. I gave him a fair chance, but I don't think he ever lifted anything heavier than a book in his entire life. We had to let him go. With the forge as it is, my brother can't pay a worker who can't do the job. If the Dark Elf can improve the forge, that would be a big help. But we still need those ingots. They were stolen after he abandoned the crate. The thieves use a dock outside the city. Get the ingots back, and I'll give Raynor another chance.
Help out a poor soul.
I have to admit, I never expected to see you again. Were you able to recover our stolen ingots? We really couldn't afford to lose those ingots. Thank you. You have acted with honor, and we'll do the same. Inform Raynor he can come by and work on our forge. If he really can improve its operations, we'll compensate him fairly.
What a disaster. That bard gets in one scrap with a dark elf and suddenly he can't play tonight's show. She strained his finger. What does that even mean? Sorry, I'm rambling. The crowd gets rowdy when there's no music to listen to while they drink. Ha! The dark elf lass? I just about split my gut when I heard her yowling. Sounded like someone stuck a fork in a bantam guar and twisted it to the right. If that's what they call singing in Morrowind, I really need to pay them a visit. Interesting notion. We've had our share of bards and jesters, but never a jester who sings. At least the crowd will enjoy looking at her. Who knows? They might even like her act. Send Kirith over. I'll pay her well for an evening's entertainment.
You took your time. I was starting to get worried. But tell me, were you successful? Have you secured gainful employment for Kirith and myself? Immediately? That seems rather sudden. Oh, very well. Kirith, did you hear? We can earn enough gold to continue our journey. It just required someone these depraved pirates could understand. Oh, I don't mean to imply that you're depraved, my friend. They need their forge tinkered with? Why didn't they say so? Not to wave my own flag, but I'm an excellent artificer. I'll have that forge operating at peak efficiency before they can recite 3 verses of Netches, Netches all around.
All right. I'm ready to hear the news now. What kind of job did you sign me up for? Bodyguard? Spy for the Pact? Private chef for a visiting dignitary? Tell me, tell me, tell me! That's wonderful news! Those drunken pirates are in for a treat. Thank you for negotiating an excellent deal. Now, what should I sing? Something from the Tribunal soliloquies? Maybe one of the Sujama drinking songs? So many choices! You did more for us than anyone in this wretched city. Raynor and I will do our jobs and complete our contracts. Then it's off to Hammerfell. There are ruins to explore, adventures to partake in. I'm all tingly with anticipation.
Take pride in your work,
Hey,
I always say.
nobody boards the Prowler without my permission. Get over here. Oh, Joan and Jode, a friendly face. For a moment I thought you were another red sails extortionist come to get more blood from a stone. Doesn't take long for pirates to warm up to the idea of tariffs and taxes when they're the ones collecting them. I can abide fees at an honest port. But Anvil presents a non-stop barrage of whatever the governor's lackeys feel like enforcing. Uneven gangplank fees, loose mooring taxes, barnacle inspection. You're not from around here, are you? Care to help me turn the tide on these crooks, then? I happen to know that their swindler of a dockmaster doesn't trust his gold to Anvil's banks. If you help me pay the fool out of his own pocket, you can keep the lion's share of the bounty. I don't know precisely where Kamar hides his gold, but I do know the lazy oaf uses a few trusted lackeys to deliver deposits when he can't be bothered. They often dice on the docks. If you're convincing, I'm sure they'll reveal the location to you. I'm going to be your distraction. I'm expecting the dockmaster to make his rounds soon, and he's not going to be happy that I haven't paid my fees yet. I'll keep him here arguing with me while you secure his ill-gotten gold. It was supposed to be a simple run. Pick up silks and spices on the way to turn a tidy profit. But the governor and her minions are more greedy than a caravan full of high elf nobles. She'll never learn, even when the docks are empty. Fortunata ap Dougal, Anvil's provincial governor. But she's still the same old red sails pirate queen to anyone who really knows her. Half the Gold Coast struggles under her thumb. Fool's Gold Coast, if you want to be more accurate. Kamar's a braggart, and he drinks like a Nord. That's a combination for folly, if ever there was one. He gave away his secret while trying to drink me under the table. I remember the exchange. He does not. Too bad for him, yes?
What do you want? Another 20 then, unless that's too rich for you.
Not now, I'm winning! I don't give an elf's pointed ear what you want. Get lost! You're, really not afraid of me? Well, this is awkward. I think my odds of surviving Kamar's anger is better than facing yours. You can find his stash here. We good now?
That's 3 times, Gurg. Let me see those dice.
You never complain until your dice run cold.
Luck is like a guar pasture. You have to be careful where you step.
Yeah. What she said.
Both of you, shut your face holes and toss the bones.
Next time, I'll wound more than just their pride. A moment, Kamar. I have a visitor. My friend, you've arrived at a bad time. I'm playing host to the King of Skeevers, and he hasn't the sense to know that he's outstayed his welcome. Ha! Negotiations! Call it what it is. Ransom. Extortion. It would save us so much time if they just dropped the pretenses and robbed me. Good work. Let me pay this fool and get rid of him.
I'm tired of your complaining. Pay what you owe, or the Red Sails will seize this ship.
Fine. Take your ransom and choke on it.
There now. Was that so difficult?
Difficult is keeping my claws from ripping out your throat. I almost bit my tongue trying not to laugh. Kamar doesn't so much strut as slosh about like a half-filled water skin. He's completely oblivious to the misfortune that just visited him. It's too much. It was what he expected of me. Being too quick to accept defeat may have aroused his suspicion. He seemed convinced, so he may not notice the theft for some time, let alone suspect us as the culprits. Here, that's most of what's left after I paid off that walking canker. Thanks to you, I might break even on this voyage. Enjoy your time in Anvil, friend. I hope to never see these despicable docks again. It'd be good to have the wind in my fur and the sea air in my nose again. I can't wait to set sail and put Anvil behind me. Profitable and dangerous. I'm happy to continue ferrying troops for the easy gold, but when the Queen commands us to show our claws, we oblige. Many a captain has made the mistake of dismissing the Prowler as a threat to my benefit.
This is taking longer than I'd planned.
Well, look who it is. And right on time for a change, too. Not me. Kor asked that I send you to him in the sanctuary if I happen to run into you. Something about Hildegard. She hasn't returned to the sanctuary, and Kor is starting to worry.
Ah, friend. Am I glad to see you? It's Hildegard. She never came back after she went to say a prayer for Tannic. I think I could use your help. After Tannic was injured during the Grand Sermonizer incident, Hilda went to pray for him, and I haven't seen her since. No one has. It's not like Hilda to just disappear without saying a word to me or Astara. She loves temples, but the trouble in Kvetch made her avoid the big cathedral. Lately, she's been visiting the great chapel of Dibella in Anvil. I think the ritual soothes her, you understand? Will you come to Anvil and help me find Hildegard? I'll meet you at the chapel in Anvil. Hopefully we'll find Hilda curled up and sleeping under Dibella's statue. Just be careful when you get to the city. The Pirate Queen hates the Brotherhood almost as much as the Sermonizers do. She likes to commune with the Divines and with nature. And she takes on contracts like the rest of us. So it's not that unusual for her to be away from the Sanctuary. But with the recent attacks against us, I can't help but imagine the worst. What are you implying, Initiate? Hilda is like a sister to me. Ever since I found her, I've been trying to help her come to grips with her situation. She may be a werewolf, but she's a good person. The Brotherhood is lucky to have her. Why is that so hard to believe? She's an excellent tracker and a ruthless killer in werewolf form. Sometimes she brings back body parts she's still gnawing on, but who hasn't gotten lost in the moment a time or two? And I always clean up the mess. The Pirate Queen hates everything she can't control. The Count of Kvetch, the Primate, us. She wants to rule the entire Gold Coast, but we're not willing to just roll over and give in to her demands. We're independent, and we like it that way. not here. Let's ask around and see if any of the worshippers have seen her.
Bask in the holiness of this sacred place, and let your troubles fade away. I have seen many such women in this city. I heard the governor wore one at a recent appearance, and now the custom has become a sort of fashion statement. Sorry I cannot be of more assistance to you, Wayfarer.
Now I've lost my train of thought. Well, since you've already interrupted the writing process, what can I do for you? A Nord? Here? Is that even possible? I have it on good authority that the typical Nord melts in hot temperatures. Come to think of it, I'm surprised I've never met a Nord. One more thing to do before I finish my memoirs, I suppose?
I wonder if I can get a priest to tell me how they keep the fires burning. I hope it's not one of those sacred secrets that they're always going on about. Now that you mention it, I remember a young woman. No, wait. That was a wood elf. Carried around a bouquet of flowers. Talked to them, smelled them. Then she ate them! Really, wood elves are very strange.
My, someone is certainly curious about this Nord girl. I wonder who she could be. Your interest in this young Nord woman has certainly piqued my curiosity. Tell me who she is, and I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a young Nord with a flower in her hair talking to Chanter Nemes over by the Akatosh shrine. I remember because it was so odd. He was whispering in her ear and standing much too close for a man who wasn't her father or her lover. Oh, believe me, I tried. When they were finished, the poor young woman had tears streaming down her face. She ran out of the chapel as the chanter looked on. He had a self-satisfied smile on his face. Do you think he said something improper? I knew that chanter was up to no good. Sneaking around, meeting with mysterious young Nords with flowers in their hair. It's simply scandalous. Don't worry, though. I'll leave your friend out of this when I tell my story at the tavern tonight.
Troll's blood! Can these people gossip? They're worse than the Rat Master's informants, and he pays them to dredge up secrets. Hilda was here, but no one can say where she went or when. Tell me you had better luck, Initiate. A chanter spoke with Hilda? That's not what I wanted to hear. Understand, Hilda isn't like us. She grew up in the wild. The idea of being civilized is really new to her. And she still feels guilty about the wolf that's inside her. It certainly sounds that way to me. It doesn't take much to turn her guilt about what she's done as a wolf into self-loathing. I'm constantly trying to get her to change her feelings on the matter, but her beliefs run deep. Back to where it all began. Back to Skyrim. I'll check at the docks to see if she's tried to secure passage on the ship. You go talk to the caravan master. Hopefully one of us will discover which route she took to go back to where the wolf was born.
You're not curious about whether she...
The next caravan will be ready to leave shortly. If that interests you, find a place nearby to sit for a spell, and I'll call you when we're ready. Well, isn't that interesting? You're the second menacing stranger that's asked me about a Nord who may or may not have fled in tears. Even if I had seen this young woman, why do you think I'd tell you anything? Right. Her family. The way that young woman was crying, you'd think Molag Bal himself was after her. Or someone like you. If I had helped the Nord, and I'm not saying I did, you'd have to do a lot better than that to get me to tell you anything. Sorry. I protect my customers and their secrets. I've got nothing else to say to you.
Caravan Master, please! The young woman with the flower in her hair, she's in terrible danger!
Well, look at you! You must be the brother.
So you did see Hildegard. Please, you'll need to tell us where she's gotten to.
You're all she talked about other than begging me for transport. She said she was gonna miss you most of all.
Word on the docks was that the Silver Dawn was looking for my sister too. We need to know where she went.
The young woman wanted a ride to the Yarral Mountains. Sent her on the last wagon, but I can take you there if that would help.
We'd appreciate that. Thank you.